I hadn't walked into the house that night planning to confront her. There was no storm of anger pushing me through the door, no accusations sitting on my tongue. I came home exhausted, wanting nothing more than a hot meal and the comfort of her usual smile. But life rarely honors the plans we make, especially when betrayal has already burned the path ahead of us. When I stepped inside, Emma was in the kitchen, slicing lemons with that soft, distracted smile she wore whenever she drifted into her thoughts. The scent of roasting chicken wrapped the whole house in warmth, familiar and safe. For a brief moment, I allowed myself to settle into it. Then she looked up, and something flickered across her face. A shadow I'd ignored before, but couldn't overlook now. Fear or guilt, I couldn't tell which. "How was work?" she asked, drying her hand with a towel. "I didn't come straight home," I said casually as I hung my coat. "I made a stop." "Oh." Her voice tightened around the single syllable. "Yeah," I said with a shrug. "I went to his house." That was the moment everything shifted. She went rigid, the knife pausing midair, the half-sliced lemon rolling on the cutting board. Her eyes lifted slowly to mine, as if something heavy was pulling them down. "Whose house?" she whispered, though we both knew she heard me clearly. I met her stare. "Mark's." The knife slipped from her hand and clattered against the counter. The truth was, I hadn't gone there looking for anything. Mark and I weren't close, more like acquaintances through a community project. He'd mentioned he knew his way around cars, so I figured I might ask him to check out my aging Honda. That was all. Innocent. Simple. But good intentions can't stop ugly truths from surfacing. When he opened the door that evening, I expected something normal. A quick chat, maybe advice, maybe a beer. I didn't expect his face to drain of color the instant he saw me. "Oh," he stuttered, stepping outside quickly, almost blocking my view inside. "Hey, man, didn't know you were coming." "No worries," I said. "Just wanted to talk about my car." "Right. Right. Now's not a great time. I'm in the middle of something." He wasn't in the middle of anything. The place behind him was silent. Too still. Dim lights, half-drawn curtains, and a faint perfume lingering in the air. A scent I knew by heart, but couldn't place it that second. Emma's perfume. That was when unease scraped at the back of my mind. I pushed it down, asked him a few casual questions, pretended nothing was off. Then I left, but not before spotting a familiar denim jacket draped over a chair inside. Her jacket. I didn't confront him. I didn't shout. I barely spoke. I walked back to my car feeling like someone had twisted something inside my chest so tight it made breathing difficult. And now, standing in our kitchen watching her frozen in place, everything I'd been holding under the surface started to boil up. "You went to Mark's house," she repeated, her voice fragile. "I did," I answered quietly. A suffocating silence filled the room. "Why?" she finally asked. I didn't respond. Instead, I asked a question I'd been terrified to say out loud. "Were you there today?" Her lips parted. Her shoulders trembled. "Daniel!" She breathed my name like a plea. "Don't lie to me," I said, my voice too calm to feel natural. "Just tell me the truth." "I." She swallowed hard, fingers gripping the counter's edge. "Yes." That single word cracked everything open. I collapsed into a chair, my legs suddenly useless. "How long?" Emma stepped back, nearly stumbling. She covered her face, tears escaping through her fingers. 3 months, she whispered, voice shaking. It was a mistake. 3 months. My voice was louder than I meant. 3 months, Emma? She broke completely, sobbing, apologizing, words slipping out in pieces. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just felt parts of me shutting down, room by room, like a house losing its light. She sat across from me, wiping her face, trembling. I never meant for it to happen. I swear, it just what? I asked. Just slipped? Just accidentally repeated itself for 3 months. No, she cried, shaking her head violently. It wasn't like that. I wasn't happy, Daniel. I felt lonely. You were so distant these last few months. And you didn't think maybe telling me that would help? I said, my voice cold and sharp. She flinched. I tried. You were always tired, stressed. I didn't want to put more on you. So instead, you put Mark on your shoulders. The way she recoiled at his name gave me a hollow, bitter kind of satisfaction, but it didn't suit anything inside me. I ended it, she whispered. 2 weeks ago. I swear. I told him it had to stop. I told him I loved you. I wanted to fix things with you. Fix us. I stared at her for a long moment. Then why were you at his house today? Her face crumpled. I wanted closure. Closure. I repeated slowly, tasting the word like poison. Yes, I didn't want anything left hanging. I didn't want him thinking there was still hope. And did he? He was angry, she said. He told me he wouldn't let go. I told him I meant it, that you're my husband and I couldn't keep lying. She covered her face again. I shouldn't have gone. I know, but I thought if I cleaned up the mess I made, I could come home and start over. I let out a shaky breath. You've been starting over without me for 3 months. She reached toward me slowly, cautiously, like her touch might hurt both of us. Daniel, look at me, please. I'm sorry. I was stupid, selfish. I made horrible choices. But I love you. I never stopped. I want to fix this. I'll do anything. I stared at her hand, small, shaking. The same hand I held at our wedding. The same one I'd kissed countless times. I didn't take it. I don't know if I can believe you, I said softly. I don't know if I can trust you again. Tears streamed down her face, quietly this time. I know I hurt you in a way I can't undo. But, Daniel, you're my home. I don't want anyone else. A sharp laugh escaped me. You should have thought about that before you built a second home somewhere else. She broke at that, clutching her chest as if the word struck her physically. I leaned back and closed my eyes. Memories flooded my mind. Her smile, our late-night talks, our quiet mornings. Then another image forced its way in.